Following what myself and many consider one of the greatest video games ever made, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, CD Projekt Red, the developers behind this series, are moving on to something extremely different, and that is the futuristic dystopian world of Night City in Cyberpunk 2077. If you've been following some of the recent news and insider knowledge, there's a lot to be excited from their next RPG, and if you have not, make sure to get caught up by checking my Cyberpunk 2077 video playlist, which has everything you need to know about this game. But today we're going to be discussing the future of the Witcher series and the possibility of a Witcher 4 or spin-off. So to start, I need to give a spoiler warning, as we will be going a little bit in depth on some of the characters and story of the Witcher series, mainly The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. You have been warned. So it has now been 2.5 years since The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt launched, and in May of 2016 we experienced our final story of Geralt of Rivia in the Blood and Wine expansion. This goodbye was more than just Geralt's farewell, but it was also CD Projekt Red moving their attention for the first time outside of the Witcher universe into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, which technically they probably are connected.
The world where Eridan couldn't find you, what was it like?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
People there had metal in their heads, waged war from a distance, using things similar to megascopes. And there were no horses. Everyone had their own flying ship instead.
Siri, stop fooling around.
Told you you wouldn't believe me. We should have stayed there.
This obviously meaning there's a good chance we will see a series side mission or Easter egg in Cyberpunk 2077, which I think a lot of us fans will appreciate. But getting back on track, before we dive into how a new Witcher makes sense within the story, let's examine what CD Projekt Red's team have said about developing a new Witcher game. Back in 2015, CD Projekt Red co-CEO Adam Kaczynski gave us our first sign of hope of seeing more Witcher games. Speaking to a Polish TV station, he said, quote unquote, "It's too early to talk about it, but it's not like we're forgetting about this brand. It wouldn't be fair towards the fans. We've worked with this universe for over a dozen years now, and I don't think it's going to be the end of it." Now fast forward to March of 2017, Marcin Nowinski, the other co-CEO of CD Projekt Red, was a little bit more upfront about the future of the Witcher game, saying, quote unquote, "The Witcher was designed as a trilogy, and a trilogy cannot have a fourth part, can it? We like the world a lot. We've invested 15 years of our lives in it and a lot of money. So we'll think about making a new Witcher game at some point, but please consider us as rational people. We sometimes have weird ideas, but overall our thinking is very rational. We have full rights to the Witcher games, they are ours. We have invested enormous funds into promoting it, and it's a very strong brand." Nowinski would also add that the Witcher series deserves some rest for now, and that the team needs a change, specifically saying, quote unquote, "For the past 10 years the team has been working on swords and castles and medieval Slavic monsters, so I think it's time for some guns, androids, and some ammo." It's also well known that CD Projekt Red had plans to release two massive role-playing games from 2017 to 2021. We know of one of them as that Cyberpunk 2077, but the latter is a mystery. But Marcin Nowinski did say this about the game, quote unquote, "We are a publicly traded company, so we cannot comment on that game, but I can assure you we are not working on another Witcher." So what it sounds like is that while CD Projekt Red loves the world, they want to try new things, and honestly maybe that is a good thing. It does seem that the Witcher series is done, at least for the immediate future, but down the road it does seem, from what Adam Kaczynski said, there will be more from this universe. The next question we have is, how from a story perspective would a new Witcher game make sense? Geralt's story is over, and based on the ending of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Ciri's story may have come to an end as well. So how does this story move forward? Well, the good news is that this universe is full of amazing characters and lore, so while I think many of us would love to see a game based around Vesemir in his early days, I don't think that will be the route CD Projekt Red takes next time, but I really do believe that there will be a fully customizable new Witcher character that will gain their powers obviously through the dangerous trial of the grasses. Personally, I could see a Witcher 4 spin-off taking place before or even after the Witcher trilogy. A lot of us would certainly like to bump into an older Geralt who could serve as a Vesemir-like character. I think a lot of us would also like the option of maybe seeing Vesemir in his early days battling right beside him. I think these are certainly possibilities that CD Projekt Red will consider down the road. Either way, the possibilities are endless with this franchise, and personally myself, I hope that a Witcher 4 takes place a number of years after The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, so we can maybe revisit a lot of our favorite characters such as Dandelion and Zoltan. The good news is that while the main Witcher trilogy may be over, the doors are far from closed on this franchise. Currently, Gwent the Witcher card game has now become a standalone title, and a Witcher TV series is now on the way from Netflix. CD Projekt Red are going to be trying new things over the next number of years, but I think that a new Witcher game will eventually come. but the sad truth is, it certainly will be further into the future. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to smack that like button if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and make sure to let me know down in the comment section below some of your predictions on the future of the Witcher series. Also consider subscribing for all the latest news on CD Projekt Red's next game, Cyberpunk 2077, and I'll see you later.